vice president of Nigeria. Your current vice president of Nigeria. Listen to what he said about the Igbos. About the Igbos. Listen to him very carefully and make use of their initiative. As you don't have common sense, as you are a fool and a coward, people are saying it, you say you don't want to listen. Listen to it. Listen to this video and share it massively to those cowards, Igbo elite, Igbo stupid idiots.
They try to frustrate the decision of the Yorubas. They will send them to ocean. And I'm telling you, after 4 years, at least north we are liberal, but in the southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the southeast. Wait and see. After 4 years, at least north we are liberal, but in the southwest, after 4 years, Igbos can never be useful, relevant again in the southeast. Wait and see. The plan of APC is that they are going to make alliance of northwest economic development. The west has the ocean. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The north has agricultural produce.
Yes.
So what they are going to do, the government is going to develop all the agricultural and mineral resources in the north. And then they will put primary industries here. And then go and export, finally finish them in Lagos or Southwest and export them and bring back the money and share it between the two regions. Let them drink their oil. This is the plan on.
I beg. This is a very, very, very important message this morning. If you know, say you be Igbo or you be Yoruba, even though you are Yoruba Muslim, you people should leave the north now. These bandits, or what you call them terrorists, they are already planning, and all their Serikis, the Sultan of Sokoto, the Emir of Kanu, Kaduna, anywhere, they've all planned together that once America starts killing these bandits, they want to start killing Igbo and Yoruba. They want to turn it into a civil war so that America can back off. Everybody, pass this message around, though. Pass this message around. I'm telling you again, though. They have planned to kill Igbo and Yoruba Muslim in the north. All these northerners are the same. They are not different. Every Igbo man does not have business to be in the north now. America is already in Nigeria. They want to take the revenge or turn the matter to a civil war that is no longer genocide or is no longer Christian. Now they are killing Nigerians to Nigerians. If you know that you are Igbo man, leave the north now. If you know you are Igbo, pass this message to your fellow Igbos that are in the north. Bring your children home before they start blocking the road and killing you. Remember, it happened in 1964. 1965, 1966, 1967, they want to turn this into a civil war. If you know that you are Igbo, leave the north, or the north is not safe for Igbo. Share this message, let's save some life. Igbo people should leave the north, or don't have business in the north now. Oh.
You now what Nnamdi Kanu president in the court on the 20th of November, and I can tell you, you can see the fight is already on in the Abuja currently now. You know, the government is divided because the Trump factor. A lot of them are seeing it as Nnamdi Kanu factor. You know, if you look at the block where that's actually planted Omotosho, look at where the political class, you know, that sent Omotosho, you begin to see, you know, they align with some elements that are, you know, reported to have come from the, you know, northern bloc. You know, if you look at on Bintanyako too, the same thing. If you look at all these people now, you know, if you look at where Akpabio come from, you know, I think on several occasions, you know, there's this pressure that Akpabio should seek or negotiate, you know, that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. You know, even though Akpabio often on the switches off and the switches on at the same time on issue that has to do with IPOB, on issue that has to do with agitation, on issue that has to do with Biafra. You know, he switches, you know, but now that he has found himself in that level, maybe secretly, according to where here, you know, there's total breakdown of relationship, you know, and deep face-off between Akpabio now and the presidency, you know, Shetima, who has risen and started kicking deeply that Nnamdi Kanu, you know, should not be released, and trying to put out a deep instructions to Omotosho not to seek independence of the judiciary in trying Nnamdi Kanu. And Akpabio is also making it very clearly to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of the consequences of silence, of the consequences of conspiracy, of the consequences now that Nnamdi Kanu's letter, has gotten to the Oval Office and is being treated by 37 US lawmakers. It's not funny. I am telling you, 37 US lawmakers, and that is what Akpabio is trying to point out to them currently now. Look at this issue. Look at where we are, and this is, if you could, continuation of this process is going to bring Nigeria to the abyss. Is going to send Nigeria completely to the gutters, and that is what he is trying to tell them there. But because of this, unfortunately for them, they cannot actually see the beyond their nose. They are not seeing these things coming. They believe the Northerners imposed Bola Ahmed Tinubu there, and therefore one of the instructions and the reason why he became president today, was to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu is not being released, even though they know that Obi actually won that election. Erufai and the rest of them, they planted Bola Ahmed Tinubu there. And you can see the handwriting very clearly written that Omotosho could not respond to Nnamdi Kanu's, continuous questions why he should, open defense without saying his charge sheet. Give me charges. Let me know what the law says about it. Quote the law for me. I will open my defense right there. So you see, let them not ignite. They should be very careful at this point in time, not to ignite crisis with this kind of illegal judgment that people are already kicking against. People are questioning the rationale why James Omotosho should not be rational with his senses and be able to pass judgment based on what the law says and not based on interest. And that is what we are seeing today. The interest of those who don't want Nnamdi Kanu released, and those who want Nnamdi Kanu released, because at the end of the day, they do not know what is going to become the real thing concerning in Nigeria. The weight of Nnamdi Kanu, the might of Nnamdi Kanu, the influence of Nnamdi Kanu, the Africa in Nnamdi Kanu, the popularity of Nnamdi Kanu, the spread of Biafra, sovereignty and recognition, all is centered. The issue that has to do with genocide, killing of Christians, is all centered on Nnamdi Kanu now. So Nnamdi Kanu, is a symbol of so many things that the world is looking at. So if we are projecting something like this, Nigerian government needs to be careful, because you do not know, you cannot predict whether that judgment will trigger a certain forceful removal of Nigeria as an ex-Nigeria. When you say ex-Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu trial will lead to ex-Nigeria. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, ex-Nigeria, that means Nigeria will likely automatically come to an end, and before you know it, we will start referring to them as ex-governor, ex-country, ex-state, ex-Nigeria. That's what I'm talking about. So they need to be careful at this point in time. Yes, but Nnamdi Kanu is wearing a different shield currently now ahead of November 20 court appearance. There's no two ways about it. What I'm going to say, what I'm telling you now, what Nnamdi Kanu president in the court on the 20th of November, and I can tell you, you can see the fight is already on in the Abuja currently now. The government is divided because the Trump factor, a lot of them are seeing it as Nnamdi Kanu factor. They are factoring everything. We are seeing that is coming from the international community now about courtesy of Rebecca references to Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, they are trying to, they have dealt with him, Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, the guy is fighting back ruggedly with everything he within his reach, and I can see now he has automatically pushed Nigeria to the corners, about to land the final blow, whether Nigeria is going to survive or not. And that is what Akpabio is trying to get the presidency and attention to, and the northern political powers, are already kicking it through the vice president, insisted that, this guy has exposed everything that has to do with, our plan and our agenda and what we intend to do. Shetima, you should not allow Omotosho, to release him. And you can see now, we are continuing to see more landing of U.S. Marine in Brunei, in where Shetima came from. Yes, I'm telling you, they are landing. They are on daily basis, taking positions, and nobody can be able to stop them. The U.S. Marine is landing in Shetima, in Chibok. They are already taking over. Nobody's going to tell you that, but it is a real thing that the northern, government, hemisphere is currently being militarized by U.S. presence there. And what they are saying is, please, Nnamdi, never do this and don't allow this. If you are able to reach Nnamdi Kanu at this point in time, of course, that will lead to 24 hours. Nigeria can come down and die in 24 hours time. Now that the Americans seems to have taken over the structures of the Northern Caliphate.
But today we saw Nnamdi Kanu finally submit another motion. He said what? He said every charges against him by the court, for terrorism should be what? Trashed. And at the same time, that he cannot be tried. He still maintain that what? That it was illegally rendition from Kenya, and he cannot be tried. And Nnamdi Kanu has filed this just this afternoon today in the Federal High Court.
That's the latest development coming from the IPOB leader himself, and that's the motion need to be respected. And we need to know the charges you are coming up with. We need to know, what are they meant for. Outside that, there's this issue of illegality and illegal rendition of a man from South Africa, from Kenya back to Nigeria, and which we are hearing that the Ruto government have already mobilized against Nigeria in that regard by taking them to the International Court of Justice to prove a point that what actually transpired was, a case of kidnap, and therefore, based on that illegality, Nnamdi Kanu have no, there's no legal jurisdiction in any court of competence, sanity that have the powers to try Nnamdi Kanu, and that's what Nnamdi Kanu is saying, when he filed that motion in this morning. I think that's one of the reasons that triggered, the crisis we are seeing among political powers, trying to smash their head, hit each other on how they are going to negotiate Nnamdi Kanu's release, since Nnamdi Kanu have rejected a political solution to his freedom.
As a Hausa person, I am suggesting that Hausa people should be given opportunity and privilege to assess Mr. President at any time. The same way Fulani people are given that opportunity of seeing Mr. President all the time. You see, yesterday, Sultan of Sokoto visited Mr. President in his office, and they discussed about issues of insecurity that is ravaging northern part of Nigeria, Hausa land to be precise. Which it is someone who is Hausa by extraction that is supposed to go and see Mr. President, so that he will tell him exactly what the problem of Hausa land is. But actually, it is of an unfair treatment to us Hausa people to be represented by Fulani all the time in all these kind of places. Sultan of Sokoto is a member of Mieti Allah. Is a chairman board of trustees of this Mieti Allah. The same Mieti Allah Association, that is Pure Fulani Association, that America is trying to declare as the terrorist group. It is well known to all of us that we know the stance of this. There are forums, the Fulani forums, Mieti Allah and what have you. Their stance is that to negotiate with bandits, allow them to go freely with their weapons untouched, build hospitals, schools, take any social amenity for them to enjoy themselves better than the way you, a patriotic Nigerian, is enjoying. Who are the members and sponsors of this, their Fulani forums. It is your governor, my governor, your senator, the former ones and the current ones. You are imams, because all of them are the members of this, their Fulani forums. They never thought of, okay, let us help our Hausa people to build their own Hausa forums. None of them ever thought about this. None of them. Okay, Nazwa. So now tell me, my brother, what will become the fate of our national security if I tell you that the people who are advising President on security matters are all the members of this Fulani Forum that we are talking about?
Every traitor will be paid in a millionfold for his treachery against his own people. Every traitor. Nnamdi Kanu should not be a problem. Nnamdi Kanu is in the struggle. It is the struggle for liberation of his people. First of all, for liberation of himself and liberation of his people. And people have chosen to follow him. If you are not following him, just keep quiet and go and do your own. Let it not be an issue for you. It does seem you are not an issue for him. But you come in and become. Why? Who knows that Nnamdi Kanu will come? Nobody knows. I didn't know, you didn't know. But the Buhari, they created Nnamdi Kanu. Buhari is not the most strongest human being on earth. We have seen so many people. Where it will go? Where it will go? Apartheid system, where it fall? Where is the British Empire? Where is the Soviet Union? Where is the Roman Empire? We don't see a lot of things. Nnamdi Kanu, whether they bow for him or they don't bow for him, it's none of your business. Because if you are talking, if you have sense, if you talk about Nnamdi Kanu bow, we go talk when they bow down for one man called Kanu, when they bow down for one man called Suta, when they bow down for that thing they call Buhari. That they brought from Norway. You don't talk all those on Nnamdi Kanu and might be a problem. Nnamdi Kanu is on a cause that will bring salvation, independence, freedom, and dignity back to our people. If you don't agree with him, just keep quiet. Because very soon you will come. We are marking all of you. We are marking all of you. All of you who think that by trading with us.
Ọ dị mwute na anyị nwabụ ndị Igbo enwere ifele. Ahụ anyị na-awa apụta gị ife. Ndị akpọrọ ndị okenye ndị nọ n'isi ụlọ anyị unu ọpụtago n'anwụ. Ana m agwa the youth na ndị na-egbu anyị bụ ndị nna anyị fa so na n'Igbo ka nna na-ekpe ekpere ka ọ ka nwụ ya. So na n'Igbo ka nna na-ekpe ekpere ka ọ ka nwụ ya. O mebego. Ozi ndị Yoruba Soworu na-etekizi lead karapụ Nnamdi Kanu fa na onye ya na-agwa anyị pattern ụdị aghụghọ nna anyị fa na ahụ. Ọ bụrụ mụ na-ekwu na ọ dị out there na social media. The same problem ka anyị nwere oge Ojukwu nata. Ka nkọọlụ unu. Oge Ojukwu na-anata, the ruling party enwe bụ MPP. Fa chọrọ ka Ojukwu nata. Oluo ka Ojukwu nata fa chọrọ ka fa take the glory. Because all MPN Bonatala Ojukwu under Shagari. Kendi Mary or the possible. Let you walk Kadigbo. Let Alex Ekweme, may their soul rest in peace. Ojukwu weje chapata, anyị nwa bụ ụmụ nwanne we bula ya buso Ojukwu. Oge akaji nwa obodo bụ gọvanọ. Owele Nnamdi Azikiwe. Anyị na-akpụ ya nna mana ọ na ahụ ka ọ bụ. Because okenye ada nọ n'ụlọ ewu amụọ n'ọgbụlị. Fejọrọ Jesuto Ojukwu. Onye nwe ejelu mba ị na-afụrọ. Ọ ga-abụ ife aṅụrị na nwa gị nabata na-eje zute ya. Di nwa obodo na-eje eche na gọọmenti haus bụ nọ gị kpọnatara ya. Ọ dị ka okwu dị ka inu. Ogoda kwa amongst anyị wabu ndị Igbo. Enwe Jim Vanguard, enwe Ikemba front. Ndị Igbo ebido gbulite bo nwefa. Exactly ife na-eme now. Exactly ife na-eme now. Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta. Oge ọpụta kịta onye ọbụla azọba nke ọlụ na nke ọ na-alụrọ. Denu na chọje ka ọ side ya ndị Igbo. Ọ dị possible. Nnamdi Kanu amaghị ife. Somebody like Abaribe, honorable member Obi, Agocha, Prince, Niabu Eze, Wagalanya Lijuaf, Onabamba, or someone or Sofan Bundian when a house of Fred, or Sofan Wakain when a Senate, or somebody Babundi won on a Senate and Rep. Omandela Inama. Manumurandi Kanywabundi Wejoka, Omurandi Kanywabundi Maluchuku. No kanine no na Igbo. Uka ndị ori. Agwa mu no ndị Igbo bụ Jesus. Quote me, onye chọtị na ọ prove me wrong. But Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta. Ife dị iche ga-adị. Ọ bụ ụzọ dị mma kwadobe. Ọ ji ụzọ Kanu unu nwa. Ọ ji ụzọ Kanu kwa gị na Nnamdi Kanu nọ na phone. Oge iziga ndị Operation Python dance ka eje gbuo onye. Eluo dị Nnamdi mmịa. Ife na-akụri egwu kọri egwu. Igbo papia na mamia. After that, Gina Soludo will make campaign. Now got up Nnamdi Kanu. Couldn't we win a vote time? At the end of the day, Guinea me. Or just a can upon a TV and now jogi. Nnamdi Kanu is no decision to Nubu. Now judiciary the good. Because that to go ginga, it can get Jenyanga. And no one at Echibunta, it can get that nga. He was what on your as well. And the fella de Megi. It capital be popular, yes. You are in the popular career people because Ibu Onyori. I convict go Gijegonga. It's Labia State for 24 years when you went to show. Why get you man the popular career people? Why get you man the popular career people? Doctor has a degree go Igor. I'm on kiss you go your degree. It's the one you go sim Texas if you there to be a doctor. Now go do you be an asshole. If I let me book a God use a Kanu. Unelegondi Bokanai. Let's end there for my. That we not going to check or checking our rock now. Big empire of the Diafiarar. There we look at Uncle Abobalichi number one. Cording no for Tosanozia. Ayomodogu. Or can see who can see you.
10th October 2025. We are here to protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu because he has been in detention for over 5 years now. We want to stop injustice. We don't need injustice in our country.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. We, the Igbos, the Nigeria, the Hausa, the Yoruba living here in China, we have come out in mass to protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. No conditioner. He must be released. The Nigerian government have negotiated with the bandits. They have negotiated with the bandits and give them money. They negotiate with the bandits. Why the court have acquitted and discharged the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, but Nigeria government refused to release him. But we have gathered here so that the world will know that we stand by justice. Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Stand in one voice and say that Nnamdi Kanu must be released. He must be released unconditional. I want the whole world to know that the Nigeria youth, the Nigeria have stand today to protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Nnamdi Kanu must be released. The court have acquitted for us. The court have acquitted and discharged him. So I don't know the reason why the government of Nigeria is still holding him. He must be released. Nnamdi Kanu must be released.
No more injustice.
No more injustice.
No more injustice.
No more injustice.
No more injustice. No more injustice. No more injustice. No more injustice. No more injustice. No more injustice. No
injustice. No more 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 injustice. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu for us. Free Nnamdi Kanu.
We stand by the justice for our country. We don't want to live in a country whereby there is no justice in the country. Free Nnamdi Kanu. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now. Free Ahmadi Kandibo now. Free Nnamdi Kanu now.